to get ready.
Wanna make you happy and then she goes. 나만 혼자 남겨뒀어. 대화가 필요해. 너 먼저 나에게 말해봐. 너와 나의 이 관계가 달라졌음 해.
I just got to my hotel in Vancouver. I don't have any makeup on right now, like it's straight just sunscreen. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of makeup so I don't look like this. And then I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna look around a little bit because Lululemon and Aritzia I think are both cheaper in Canada. Just want to look around and see if there's anything I want to buy. There's a couple things that I want to do while I'm in Canada. Most of them have to do with food. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring my mascara. I had a feeling I forgot it. Let me just unpack all this stuff right now. They have a sewing kit. I've never seen a sewing kit in like a bathroom amenities. That's so funny. They have this rosemary mint lotion here, and then they have a little note that says, "We're so excited to share the world of Aveda with you." Is it Aveda or Aveda? Either way, feel free to take this rosemary mint experience home with you. Just let our front office team know, and the $40 charge per bottle will be applied to your room. I will not be taking this home. I will be using it. Okay, well, dang it. I don't have mascara. That really sucks. Maybe I should buy mascara. Is it cheaper here? I don't think so. What can you do? Okay. The things I want to do while I'm in Canada. Number one, sushi. I heard that sushi in Vancouver is really good, so I really want to get sushi. I think I'm gonna get some tomorrow. I planned my entire itinerary 2 days ago. I kind of forgot everything I wrote down. Sometimes I don't even follow my itinerary. I just like having it so that if I don't know what to do, there's kind of something planned out, you know, something I can fall back on. Why did I have to tear that whole thing up? Oh well. Fish and chips, matchas. What else did I want to do? Oh, oysters. I got so car sick on that train ride from the airport to Vancouver city center. I'm also really hungry. Whenever I travel and I'm in a new city, I just crave ramen for some reason, or some kind of noodle soup, hot noodle soup. Bro, I actually forgot everything. I don't even have my contour stick. Blush. At least I brought my blush. I think today I'm just gonna go shopping. I'm just not a very trigger happy person, so even when I do go shopping with the intent of buying stuff, I still have a really hard time with buying stuff. I don't know if anyone has seen my Montreal solo trip vlogs. Those are on TikTok. The last time I came to Canada, it was my first time, and I went to Montreal and I was so excited. When I landed, I had no internet because I forgot that Canada is technically an international, not even technically, it's an international destination. So my cell phone carrier, I have the cheapest one, doesn't do cellular service in international places. And so I landed and I had no internet. I literally could not look anything up. I had no access to anything. It took me 3 hours to get to my hotel. And then what I actually ended up doing, I just used the hotel Wi-Fi to plan out my days. And I just relied on faith in myself, and if there was a cafe that offered free Wi-Fi, I just jumped on that. Somehow I survived. Somehow I made it back. But this time around for my Vancouver trip, I made sure to purchase an eSIM ahead of time, so I do have internet while I'm here. That was a learning experience, and one that shouldn't have been a learning experience because it was kind of obvious, but sometimes obvious things are so obvious that they're just not obvious anymore, if that makes sense. This is the outfit. I literally just changed my pants. I was wearing those pants. This is my little bag that I always like to carry with me when I'm traveling. It fits literally everything. Time to go to the mall. There was one step in my skincare routine that I forgot. I forgot my sunscreen. First thing tomorrow, I have to go to Sephora. There is a Sephora like literally right across the street from this hotel, and go buy some sunscreen. I feel like I've never forgotten this many things before. I'm not really sure what's going on with me. Usually I like double, triple check my skincare at least to like make sure I have everything. I don't know how I could have forgotten sunscreen. Hopefully that's it. Like, hopefully I haven't forgotten anything else. Look at this. It's a teeny tiny Belief moisturizer. I got the travel size version because I just use this so much. And the one I use at home is like the value size. So it's like this big. And it doesn't make sense to travel with that because it just takes up so much space. So I got the tiny one. And like when this runs out, I'm just going to refill it with what I have in my value size one. So this is just like my little moisturizer container for when I travel. The spatula is from Tatcha. I went through a really ridiculous Tatcha phase when I was like in college. I had no business buying skincare that expensive. I'm enjoying my breakfast right now. I'm also trying to plan out what I'm going to do today because I had planned to leave this hotel at like 9 a.m. and it's 10 a.m. now, and I still have to go downstairs, get sunscreen, come back up, get ready, and then I can leave. I really want to go to the Vancouver Aquarium. I never really go to aquariums because I have kind of mixed feelings about that. Like on one hand, there's the conservation efforts, but then on the other hand, there's also like keeping wildlife in captivity. I'm trying to like research right now if like Vancouver Aquarium I should go or if I should skip it. Aquarium. What do you even look up? Okay, well, someone on Reddit, I don't know how trustworthy this is, but someone on Reddit says the Vancouver Aquarium is entirely rescue-based, so all the animals there are rescues or rehabs. It has the Humane certification from American Humane. Ooh, in 2022, there were allegations of animal cruelty. Was that proven? I guess in 2022, there was kind of a scandal. In 2025, it received a recertification from Global Humane, so maybe they lost it at one point and then they earned it back. Okay. I mean, it does have a lot of the accreditations. I don't know how many accreditations there are for like ethical zoos or aquariums. I think it's worth a visit. Okay, they have accreditations from AZA and AZA. AZA is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. So I'm assuming CAZA is the Canadian Association. Okay, well, they have that certification. Okay. I think it's worth a try. I haven't gone to an aquarium in so long. I remember I used to really love them. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go there today.
Do you have a phone number with us?
It's an American phone number. Does that work?
The bag as well.
No, I'll just carry it. I just got out of the aquarium and I did buy a couple souvenirs for my sister and my friend. I also bought a bottle of water. I don't even like Dasani, but I'm so thirsty and there's no stores around here because I'm like in the middle of a park. I'm literally gonna have to put like really calm music over all the footage that I got at the aquarium because it was so loud inside. Like everything was really beautiful. It's like a family-friendly attraction. There were kids everywhere. They were like screaming, crying, rolling around, like literally running around. So it was just like really loud and kind of overstimulating when you were inside. But when you go outside, that's where like all the sea lions and seals were, and That was nice. That was nice. I got this little seal for my sister. I get my sister a plushie every time I like go traveling anywhere, so I'm just continuing the tradition. There's actually so many Japanese people in Vancouver. I keep hearing Japanese everywhere and it's really confusing. Also, I feel like I'm not really sure if this is just me or maybe I'm just used to being around Americans and I can't tell if like Americans are the loud ones, but I feel like Vancouver people are very soft spoken. Every time I order something, every time I was like at a store or like being helped by someone and they were asking me questions, I would have to ask them like what? Like 5 times because I couldn't hear what they were saying. The plan for the rest of the day is to go to Nana's green tea and then dinner, I guess. And that's the whole day. Good morning. I just got matcha, but I'm headed to like the Vancouver. There's like 2 aquariums in one area. There's the Museum of Vancouver and there's like the Vancouver Maritime Aquarium. So I want to check those out. It's like a 15-minute walk from this cafe, so I'm just gonna walk it. The matcha cafe was super cute. It's very small and the menu is also really small. I think that's what kind of helps them stay really consistent with their quality because this drink is really good. There was no line. It is like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, which is probably why everyone's just like at work. Museum of Vancouver?
Yes.
Do I pay for tickets here? Oh, I just wanted to ask if like photography, videography is allowed inside or... Oh, okay.
Without the flash, you are more than welcome.
Okay, thank you. There are so many bees in Vancouver. Maybe I'm just like not used to seeing them. The museum was actually really good. I'm not a huge museum person. At first I was really confused because their feature exhibit was about chairs and it was just like 5 rooms full of chairs and I was like, is this the entire museum? Oh, I think it's starting to sprinkle just a little bit. Once I got past like the featured exhibit and moved on to like the actual museum stuff, there were so many rooms and they also had special sections for Chinese Canadian history, Japanese Canadian history, so that was just really cool to see. Obviously I grew up in the States, so I didn't really learn much about like Japanese Canadian history. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna move. There's so many bees. There's a fish and chips restaurant that I want to go to for lunch, but it's like 11:30 a.m. right now. I think I'm gonna skip the Maritime Museum. I did want to go, but I'm kind of museumed out for the day. So I have half an hour to kill. I'm just like chilling at this park. I feel like Vancouver is one of those places where it's like, okay, yeah, human beings are meant to live here. Just the quality of life here is so different. Everyone is just walking around, riding their bikes. I mean, obviously it's so much easier to do so. The sidewalks are so much bigger. The weather's so much nicer.
重ねてゆけ海の彼方にはもう探さない輝くものはいつもここに私の中に見つけられたから
Hello. It's like almost 5:30 right now. I think I spent the past hour just sitting right there on my phone. My feet were hurting. My body was tired. Honestly, I was just waiting to get hungry again because I didn't really have any plans for today other than to go get dinner after like the Granville Island public market. So I'm gonna go get dinner. My issue right now is I can't tell if I smell bad. I feel like I smell a little bit off, probably from just like taking public transport everywhere. So I'm like, should I change? Maybe I will change. I'm gonna change my top because I don't have any other bottoms. I'm just gonna wear this and have like a hoodie on top because it looks pretty cold outside. For dinner, I'm gonna go to Fanny Bay Oysters, I think that's what it's called, and get some oysters. That was just like one of the things I wanted to do while I was in Canada, and I'm not really craving anything in particular, so I'm just gonna default to my plans. I don't think it's in frame right now, but I bought most of the souvenirs that I'm gonna be taking back home already, so I don't have to worry about that. I do have to make one last stop at one of the grocery stores around here to get some like maple products. I usually find that like buying snacks and stuff are just like cheaper at the grocery stores versus like a souvenir store. I'm gonna go get dinner. I'm gonna stop at like IGA or one of the grocery stores around here and get some snacks to take back home. I was actually so tired after getting back to the hotel because I was on Granville Island for the longest time, kind of against my will, because I didn't know how to get off the island. Google Maps was telling me to just like cross this bridge, but the bridge was above me, and the only way to get across was either to take one of like the ferries or to take a really long detour. And for like an hour, I think, I was literally walking in circles trying to figure out how to get across this little tiny strip of water. Ultimately, I did end up taking the ferry. It was like less than $5. The ferry ride itself was also really short, like probably less than 2 minutes. I was just so exhausted walking around. Also, a seagull stole my donut. I think part of it was my fault because I could see the seagulls around me. So that was my Granville public market experience. If you end up going there, hold your food tight. My last full day of Vancouver is over. I went to the oyster bar and I got a dozen oysters. I actually made it with like 10 minutes to spare before happy hour ended, so I got a really good deal. They had like 3 featured oysters and I got 4 each. Those were the fattest oysters I have ever tried in my entire life. I didn't even know. I can't even like describe how... It was like this big, like that big. It was so good. I also got some truffle fries because that was also on the happy hour menu. I got a glass of wine. It was just a really good dinner. I sat at the bar because I was just like a party of one. You can like see the people shucking the oysters in front of you. And the guy who was like doing his thing in front of where I was sitting, he was super cool. I guess he was training one of the other people on how to shuck oysters. So I kind of got like a free lesson in shucking oysters. Not practical hands-on experience, but I can describe it kind of. Whenever I get a little bit tipsy, I did drink some wine. And whenever I have alcohol at dinner, I crave ice cream for dessert. People in Vancouver, I guess, prefer to walk on the left side of the street, even though the cars drive on the right side. Because every time I'm like passing, every time I am like passing someone on the street, like this is another person, this is like a random stranger, this is me. Every time I'm like passing by them, I'm trying to pass on the right side because I'm assuming that like people are gonna walk on the right side because the cars drive on the right side. But they will literally like push me over until I give up and I walk on their right side, like, so I'm walking on the left side and they're also walking on their left side. I don't know if that's kind of the norm around here, like people walk on the left side of the street, or if that's just like been my experience.